Folks, we just received another package from Doug. The guy's serving 1,800 years in prison, and I've got no idea what this is. I want to open this and share this with all of you. And I've also got some emails that I want to read from Doug, and I'm not even sure how to go about this. But we're going to get to this email a little bit later because this is pretty bad. Doug asked me to read this, and I'm going to respect his wishes. I thought about this for a good little while. I'm going to end up respecting his wishes and doing so, even though I know this probably isn't the best thing to do. But let's talk about something more positive first, and that is, well, one, the package that we received, the second package that we're going to be opening here on this video. If you guys saw the first package that we received from Doug, you guys know that we received some really awesome artwork from him. Someone has even purchased one of Doug's pieces from us already, and I've received emails of people being interested in more of Doug's work as well. And if you guys are interested in purchasing any of Doug's work, I'm going to pin a comment down in the comments section where you guys can find his work if you're interested in it. Before we open this and before we get to the emails, I do want to share with you guys the letter, or at least a little bit of the letter that I received from Doug in the last package that we received. And I'm not going to read this whole letter because it's 4 pages long, but I do want to share with you guys some of the key points from this. And the first being where he's talking about his artwork and how he doesn't really create artwork for other prisoners. He's only creating artwork for his family, his girl, his kid, and close people to him. I'm guessing that that's us now, and that's really awesome to know. So he's saying that he doesn't have a lot of artwork that he can send us, but he is going to be creating artwork and sending us any artwork that he can whenever he can. He also asked how me and my wife were doing and says that he thinks about me and her a lot. He says, "You have a great heart, dude, and I'm glad you have found your wife. You two look good together. I wish you all the happiness that can be granted." He also talks about using the kiosk in the pod where he's at, which is where they get on to type the emails. And he says that he only gets 20 minutes to be able to do that. He was also saying that he wanted to be able to purchase an MP4 player, which he can actually type the emails on that, plug that into the kiosk, and then send them whenever he gets on the kiosk. I've sent him a little bit of money already. I'm going to be sending him more money so that I can help him to get that MP4 player or MP5, whichever one that they get now, just to help him out a little bit further. But one particular point that I want to bring up in this letter that he wrote was his knowledge of the internet, how much of it he actually knows about. YouTube, these are things that he doesn't know. This guy has been locked up for a long time already. And you know, YouTube and social media wasn't even out when he got arrested. And it's interesting to mention that because he says, "So how is business going with your computer channel?" I mean, just think about that. The computer channel? Have you ever heard of anybody refer to YouTube as that? And let that really resonate with you in terms of what this guy actually knows about the internet, which is probably not very much at all. He also mentioned in this letter, because of a recent fight that he got into where he went to the hole for that, he lost his prison job. And the craziest thing for me to think is, you know, this guy is serving 3 life sentences, 1,800 years. I didn't even think that a person who was serving life could get a prison job. I mean, I'm a guy who's been to prison plenty of times in my life. I had never even, well, I guess I never thought about the fact that a guy serving a life sentence could get a prison job. But Doug had one, but he lost that when he ended up getting in the fight and going to the hole. So he's talking about, you know, he's hoping that he's able to get his job back because he could really use the money. So that's about the extent of this letter right here that came in the first package that we received from Doug. And again, I've got this email right here that I'm not too keen on sharing with you guys, but I am going to share this with you. But before we do so, I do want to open up this package that we just received from him, this second package. And just feeling this package, I can tell that there's possibly a handkerchief in this. It doesn't feel like there's as much stuff as in the first package. But again, I've got no idea what's in store for us when we open this up. So let's go ahead and do that right now and see what's in here. Now, this package came while I was out of town just recently over Memorial Day weekend. I came home, this was in my mailbox, so I'm really curious to see what is in here. Oh, okay. I know there's another letter in here. All right. I think the first thing that I want to start with sharing with you guys are these pictures. On commissary, prisoners are allowed to purchase picture tickets. These things are $2, And whenever you get a picture ticket, sometimes you're able to get 2 pictures for $2, meaning a duplicate copy of the same picture. But Doug sent us 2 different pictures, and I'm not sure if he got duplicates of this or not, but this is the first picture that I want to share with you guys right here. And you know, this is the clearest picture that I've ever seen of this guy, Doug, ever. You can definitely tell this dude's covered in tattoos. It looks like he's got a ring on his finger right there. I'm not really sure. I'm actually trying to see what some of his tattoos say, and I can't really read them too well. It looks like he's got a big D between his eyes right there. But yeah, I mean, this is really awesome to receive because, again, we haven't really been seeing all that many pictures of this guy. And here's another picture of him, and this is even more crazy to me to see this dude smiling. You know, think about this guy's situation. 1,800 years is what they've sentenced this guy to. Could you imagine serving a life sentence? And in this guy's particular case, 3 consecutive life sentences where he was sentenced to 600 years for each individual one. Would you be smiling if you were in prison? And you know, just looking at this picture right here, it's just interesting to see that this guy is, 1, able to do so, and 2, you know, surviving, living in prison for the rest of his life. Doug also sent us a bunch of envelope art, and I want to share these with you right now. This first one right here is just some roses on an envelope. Not very much at all, but I mean, it's very clean artwork right here. You can definitely tell looking at this that Doug has like that prison tattoo style. That's the first thing that comes to mind when I look at this. And this is a hustle in prison. You know, if you draw these envelopes, you could sell these things anywhere between 50 cents and upwards of $1, maybe even more, just depending on what you really do on these envelopes. So again, this first one is just these roses right here. This second one is just a Daffy Duck, but again, look how clean that is. That's pretty cool right there. This third one is just a bird sitting on some flowers. That's pretty cool. This next one is, I have no idea what this is, a little boy sitting there with a pig. But again, just look at the detail and how clean this work is. And then this next one is one that has color on it. You can see he's put the lines on this envelope for where you address this envelope at. He's got the rose here. He's got the outline around it with the little border on the envelope. That's pretty cool. And then this last one is a Mickey and Minnie Mouse envelope with some color. Definitely some pretty cool work right there. And again, you got the lines for where you can address this envelope. And you know, this is just an added perk when it comes to sending out mail to your loved ones. You know, when your loved ones receive an envelope that's got some artwork on it, it just goes to show that extra little bit that a prisoner is putting forth to really showcase how they feel about that person. So I really appreciate Doug for sending these to us. And I'm really glad I have the opportunity to be able to share all of these with you guys. This last picture that I want to share with you is a full piece of paper that Doug drew. And this is a pretty crazy picture. I'm not really sure what to make of this, but I want to show it to you guys right now. We can see this little figure of a person standing here at what looks to be the gates of hell. That's pretty much what comes to mind when I'm looking at this picture, and maybe this speaks to how Doug really feels. I don't honestly know, but you can definitely see that tattoo style in this work. Very clean work, and definitely just a really interesting piece that could possibly offer a little perspective into the mind state of this guy. Maybe that's how he really feels. Maybe that's what his life feels like right now. Doug also included a letter with this package as well. I'm going to share this letter with you guys. I'm going to try to run through it pretty quickly because I want to get on to the emails. But Doug says, "What's up, Joe? Not a lot here, just chilling. I got a couple of things for you, so I figured I would shoot them to you. I hope you will like them. How is your queen doing?" You know, he asks about me and my wife in almost every correspondence between the two of us. And I think that that's really a cool thing. I appreciate him for doing so. "I hope good. Things are slow here. My head is effed up for a while. I am trying to figure stuff out. Man, it really means a lot to me how much you helped me out. For real, thank you. I've gotten a few new people I'm building friendships with. One of them got me some pics they want me to do for them, so I will be working on that soon. Sometimes I feel lost. Truthfully, I've never had people really want to be a part of my life, so it is new to me. Scary as F, though. I grow close to people, so now I'm nervous about them peeling out on me. You know what I'm saying? My daughter is struggling lately. She has a lot of stuff going on at home. I don't like it. I wish society would give me a second chance. Damn, I know I could be good this time. I would just like to grow my family and be a good person. This stuff sucks, dude. Prison has gotten so much worse. They are taking everything from us and starting this group punishment stuff for one or two people messing things up, which is some childish stuff. Which means basically if one person acts up in the housing unit, they're going to punish the entire housing unit or cell block. You're getting locked down. And you know, that's a pretty crazy thing to think about. That's actually a fear tactic that the guards are trying to impose. Because think about that. You're in prison acting the fool. And you mess it up for everybody. There ain't no wreck. You're locked down. There ain't no phone calls. There ain't no commissary. It's going to lead to some major problems for you. I'm rolling with the punches though. For real, I don't got much of a choice. I would do anything to get an interstate compact to go to another state to do my time. Virginia prison system sucks big time. This stuff is like a damn daycare center, no joke. My fiance is doing okay. I love her to death. I wish I could give her the world because I would do it in a heartbeat. She deserves it for real. You know, Doug speaks quite a bit about his fiance in the correspondences between us and the correspondences that I share with all of you. And I gotta believe that it's a good feeling for him knowing that, you know, as we address these emails or letters that I receive from him on these videos, he knows that he's able to speak to her through these videos. So that's kind of an interesting and cool thing to think about. I am getting her to hit you up so you two could talk. She asked me and I told her it was cool. Please just be respectful. She is my world. How is your family doing? I really hope good. Please tell them all I said hello. I have been getting out and running a lot lately, and it's been nice outside. And I love the sun. The rec yard here sucks though. No grass at all, just asphalt. But running helps me clear my head. I need to get some of the winter fat off of me. Getting older, it's not leaving as fast. I've got to get motivated. That's the hard part. Please let your viewers know that it is getting time for us to do an annual lockdown. It normally lasts weeks, so if there's ever times when my emails just stop, that is why. I'll hit everyone up ASAP. My player's on the way. Okay. I sent Doug some money. I just talked about that, and I know some other folks have probably sent him some money as well, so it's good to know that he's going to be getting that JP4, JP5 player where he's going to be able to listen to music, look at his pictures, and write those emails so he doesn't have to do it all the time just on the kiosk. So that will be a relief to get that finally. Here is a pic of me also. I hate these new pic policies. Oh boy. Interesting that he brings up the picture policy because that reminds me of what it's like to take pictures in prison. Sometimes you gotta have your shirt tucked in, you gotta have your pants pulled up, you can't be doing no hand poses, you can't take pictures in a group. Where other places will let you take a picture with your shirt off and your gym shorts, looking fly with your icy white Air Force Ones or whatever it might be, your Timberland boots. But he says that you can't take a picture with your shirt off or in your shorts. It's a stupid rule. I hate it. Anyways, dude, I'll let you go for now. Thanks again for all your help. I am really so grateful you hit me up. Thanks. I'm always indebted to you. I'll hit you up with some more artwork soon. Enjoy. Much respect, Doug. So I wanted to share that with you guys before I get to this email. There's two emails. The first one's the worst one that I'm going to be sharing with you. And the first thing that I got to say is, again, I thought about whether or not to even share this. But I'm going to respect this guy's wishes. You know, he asked me to do so, and I'm going to do that. This guy has a message that he wants everyone to hear, and this is addressed to the people who are leaving negative comments. You know, if I could tell this guy anything, it would be, you know, you got to take the good with the bad. This is YouTube, something that he has no idea about, and there's gonna be negative comments. I haven't seen many negative comments, if any negative comments on Doug's videos, but I know they're there. You know, but you got to be able to just brush that off, and you can't take that so seriously because, you know, it's YouTube. It's something that he doesn't understand at all. And I feel like this is only going to intensify the fire. I hate to feel like that. I hope it doesn't. But I hope before I read this, where Doug is basically triggered, you know, he's pretty mad in this email that he's directing toward the negative commenters, that you guys will just keep in mind that this guy, he doesn't know much about social media. And, you know, this is a guy who's serving life. This is a guy who's never coming home. And you guys know, if you're serving a life sentence, and especially in this guy's particular case, 3 consecutive life sentences, 600 years apiece, a total of 1,800 years. This guy does not play disrespect at all. There's no breaks with that. When it comes to disrespect and respect, these are absolutely at the forefront of this guy's everyday life. Because what else is there? This guy is spending the rest of his life in prison, and with that being mentioned, I'm just going to go ahead and read this email, and I'm going to be doing a lot of bleeping out on this email because it is very vulgar. But just bear with me. This was one of the most recent emails that I received from Doug. There's also another follow-up one that's very short. I'm going to address that as well. This one's short as well. But he says, "Hey, what's up, man? Not a lot here. I wanted to ask you to do something for me, please. I know it's not in your control, but please post this on your video for me, please. I know people can say whatever they want, and you can't stop them from speaking. I'm not mad at you one bit. But some motherfucker posted some shit about my wife on your thing that she is, or she wants to make porn or some dumb on your site." And I know you guys probably aren't able to understand what I'm saying right there. It's pretty graphic. They're saying some pretty nasty things about his fiance. And I haven't seen this comment. Had I seen this comment, I probably would have removed this comment. Again, it's YouTube. People are just going to say the worst things that they can possibly say. They say it about me all the time. And you just gotta let it roll off your skin. But this is a guy, again, who he doesn't understand this, and he never will, or he possibly never will. So I want to say something to whoever it is. And this is just a general statement to everyone. He also says, if you can't put this up, I do completely understand. And it's with saying that I probably should have thought better about it. I didn't see that part. "I am not sure how this works at all, and I don't want you to get in some stuff because of it. But if you can please post this up for me, I would greatly appreciate it. I am so mad for real. But like I said, I know it's not in your control about what people say or write, so none of this is directed towards you at all, man. Please know that." But this is the statement that he wanted me to read to you guys, or read to the negative people. "To whom it concerns, you know who the F you are. First off, whichever one of you making the statement about talking sideways about my fiance, doing some bad things, or making porn out there, you're a certified. You mad because you can't get no girls." Basically what he's saying in a pretty bad way. "Don't hate and don't get it twisted. Because I am in prison, some pretty bad things. Disrespecting my family, whether my fiance or kids or friends, is by no means accepted. And if you got the balls, let them hang and sign up and come see me." He also says that somebody said some pretty nasty things about his daughter as well. And, he's pretty mad about all of this. Says that they're miserable. He says that they're fake-ass computer gangsters texting shit. "If you think you are about that life for real, I am easy to find. The doors are always open. My friends and family are good people, and word on everything, I will defend and stand up for them at all cost to myself. So anyone that can't shut up about people I love and care about, quit hiding behind a screen." And that's pretty much the gist of this. It is what it is. This is a guy who's serving life. This is a guy who's never coming home. He ain't got nothing to lose. And, trolls are going to be trolls. People who are going to say just stupid things for a reaction, because that's all they ever really want. They just want a reaction. So congratulations to the trolls. I'm sure that this is making you laugh and giggle and all that good stuff, but it's sad. I've reached out to Doug and have been intrigued and interested, getting a chance to know this guy, even helping him out a little bit. I'm not ashamed to admit that. This is a guy who's never coming home. Who cares? Yes, he did bad things, and, he has the time that he has because of that, but it is what it is. And, together here on After Prison Show, we are getting a chance to see the mind state of an individual in this situation that he's in. And we're also seeing through this email right here what the internet is like for somebody who's never experienced it, what social media can be like. Think about the way this guy has to exist every single day, where respect has to be given. And any sign of disrespect is absolutely handled off tops. I didn't really want to share all of that with you guys, and that's why I kind of just breezed through this the best that we could. But maybe that'll offer a little more insight into this entire situation as well, involving this guy. So maybe something good will come from this. Moving on, there's one final email that I want to share with you guys, and there's some interesting things that I want to mention with it as well. Doug says, hey man, I wanted to tell you, please let everyone know if they don't hear from me, we are on lockdown. It is getting to be that time, so I don't know if we will be going on it or not, but I wanted to let everyone know because I have not been able to explain all that to my friends, and I don't want them to think I am not writing them or something. I just wanted to ask you to please let them know. It normally lasts 2 weeks. Much respect, Doug. Doug mentions annual lockdowns for shakedowns, where they're going in there and they're searching everything. It's crazy to think that at the prison he's at, those usually last for 2 weeks. You know they're doing some extensive searching during those shakedowns. But something else interesting to mention about that is how Doug is giving us the heads up now. And I know a reason for that, or at least a part of the reason, is because guys in prison are starting to talk about that. Hey, I heard they're getting ready to do a shakedown. Such and such told me he's seen the goon squad. You know it's coming. Better let your people know. You're always going to have people talking about shakedowns, and you know, in a lot of cases, maybe not in all cases, but definitely in a lot of cases, you just never know when those are going to take place up until they actually do. When the goon squad comes charging up in there, locking everything down and searching. You're not able to use the phone during that time. You're not able to use no emails during that time. Mail doesn't really run during that time. And that's something that guys really worry about as well, especially when they have support on the outside. Because when that support, your family, your friends, your loved ones don't hear from you, you know, damn, what's the deal? Does he not want to write me anymore? Okay, you know, well then I'm not going to write him neither. You know, lockdowns and shakedowns can be anxiety as it is. Thinking about getting caught with something, or what if they find this or that. But also thinking about, you know, your loved ones too, not hearing from you, or maybe leaving. That adds a whole nother dimension to the anxiety and the stress of serving time and going on lockdowns and dealing with shakedowns. And I just wanted to address that with you guys. I wanted to share this update with you guys. I've been enjoying bringing you guys these updates, and it's awesome knowing that you guys are interested in hearing, you know, the things that we're hearing from Doug, who's serving probably the most time of anyone in this particular state here in Virginia. And I'll be looking forward to bringing you guys more about this guy just as soon as I can. Hey, look, that's it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you did so, please leave a like and a comment, letting me know exactly what you thought about it. And as always, until next time, enjoy life, the free world. Never take a moment for granted, and make the most of every day. Peace!